warm welcome to everyone across the globe. We should be on the way very shortly. The players will be with us any time now. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
What we believe to be the two lineups. Running. Marseille bring a useful lead into their home game, having won the first leg on the road. And they will make it into the quarter-finals, even with a draw here. Long and high towards the flank. Luis Gustavo. Germain. And a shot! Oh, extraordinary.
Oh, his instinct was brilliant, but not the finish.
Mario spreads it towards the left. Tried to play it through.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Tries to get it forward quickly. Now it's Germain. Chip through. Well read, he sorted that out. Defending, but that'll do. So what's he planning here? Big chance! Goal! Marseille! What about that, Jim Beglin?
It's rarely a problem when that much time is afforded in the penalty box. Nobody sensed where the danger was lurking, and the finish was made a lot easier.
Marseille give themselves the perfect start. Can they build on it? Out to the left it goes. Hoists it high. Massive leap! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
Lucas Ocampos plays it into the channel. Winston Reid. Kouyaté. Antonio. And it's Carroll. Carroll spreads it wide. Arnautovic looking to get on the end of this. He's left his man. Kouyaté cuts it out, aimed long and direct. Mario goes looking. Keeper goes long. He's made certain that won't get through. Forward it goes. Nice little chip. And that'll go straight through to the keeper. Germain. Sanson floats one over. Going through. Danger averted for now. And that's been won straight back. Rolando. Marseille are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. João Mario. Lanzini plays a clever pass. Luis Gustavo gets into the right position to intercept. Well, he acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Peter, his body shape was a giveaway before he made the pass, and its obviousness was appreciated.
Aimed in towards the centre. No, that's too long. João Mario. Lanzini. Marseille scoring in the first 10 minutes to make it 1-0. Out to the flank. Arnautovic. Out of play for a goal kick. And it's Sanson. Sanson just brushed off the ball there. Kouyaté goes long. Lanzini passes it through. There really wasn't very much in that, not far away from being a telling final ball.
West Ham seemed to have chosen a tougher route through the middle. That was easily read and dealt with.
Luis Gustavo. The ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. Keeps everyone guessing. Plays it out to the wing. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Chooses to go back. He'll have a dip! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
Lobs it in gently. Now here's the through ball. And that has been clubbed away. Pedro Obiang gets it back. Germain. Luis Gustavo. Saka. And it's Germain. Thauvin tries a through ball. Timely intervention. Looks like a good ball through. Oh, that's a waste. Luis Gustavo. Marseille are looking odds-on to go in at the break with their advantage intact. Sanson. Back to the keeper and go again. Keeper's got good distance on that. Well won, that's good play. Germain! Germain! João Mario tries a pass forward. Well played, he saw that coming. Tries to get it forward quickly. It's Germain! Oh, great save, real class.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Rami. And it's Sanson. Sanson plays it out to the flank. Tries to dink. Has a pop! And in again. Fantastic from Germain. Two to the good. They have breathing space. Hart did well the first time. Nothing he could do about the follow-up.
Well, for me, that's just pure predatory brilliance. It's not so much the finish, but the way he read the situation when nobody else was even alert to it. It's fantastic.
Marseille blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Bonner. And that'll be the final action of the first half. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Marseille sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. The second half gets underway. Well positioned to make that interception. Carroll needed to come up with a better ball.
Andy Carroll encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Cut out in the nick of time. Aimed long and direct. Now it's Hernandez. Pedro Obiang. Played out to the wing. Arnautovic. Gets it into the middle. Lanzini. Antonio hits it! Oh, he couldn't get hold of it.
Oh, I'm not sure what he had in mind, and I don't think he knew either. They're committing a lot of men forward at the start of this second half. They know that this is an important time for them now.
Looks to slip it through. Germain. Plenty waiting in the middle. Now it's Germain. Pedro Obiang with the ball through. Carroll pushes it out wide. Lovely bit of skill. Rami knocks it away, and he has a hit! And a second time! Sanson goes looking. Germain. Luis Gustavo. Some astute defending to ensure they got no further. Forward it goes. He's made sure that that won't get through. Antonio. Now the pass. Antonio. Lanzini. Pushes it in. Sanson. Aimed long and direct. And it's Ocampos. Gorgeous control there. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. Throw it. Forward it goes. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Now it's Germain. Now it's Thauvin. Thauvin! Good stop, that wasn't easy.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
Pedro Obiang. Carroll. Deftly done. Now here's the through ball. Sanson boots it to safety. And it's hoisted clear. Arnautovic plays it in. And he's there to cut it out. Tries to get it forward quickly. And it's Thauvin. Germain, who's made his mark on this game. Played out to the right. Beautifully done. And that's been levered clear. Now it's Germain. Tries the shot's on! And he's there to make a great save.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Marseille awarded another corner. And he just whacks it away. And it's hoisted clear. Passes it through. Sanson gets up to head it. They are rampant. Surely now, beyond all doubt. However they tried to stand in his way, he just was not to be denied.
Well, I think that defence there thought they were in good position and they had him where they wanted, yet somehow he's worked the scoring position when it didn't see him on. It's really crafty business, that.
He's made it two, and no doubt he's hungry for more. Lanzini. João Mario, out wide to the right. He's got options out wide. Reed battles to win it back. Obona goes looking. Looks to slip it through. Hits one! That is a class save, he had to be at his best.
Well, maybe he just got a tad excitable when he knows those moments need the coolest of heads.
Ball's loose, who's getting there? Lanzini. Marseille haven't made a substitution yet. Lanzini spreads it wide. Germain. Looks like a good ball through. Pedro Obiang. João Mario. And it's Carroll. Lanzini, played out to the wing. And help's available out wide. Hernandez. Lovely little display of skill, that is. Shots, Carroll shoots! Really well taken goal. It could be a lifeline. Two more needed.
The first touch was absolutely heavenly, and because of it, the finish was a mere formality.
Sanson, Rami, Sanson, Lucas Ocampos, Luis Gustavo coaxed out to the wing, looks to set one up, Reed knocks it away, last ditch defending, but that'll do. Has gone out. We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Pedro Obiang. And it's Antonio. Into the channel. Done very well to intervene. Sanson plays it forward. Germain plays it into the channel. Ocampos. Oh, sweet feet. He's gone for it! Movement there, but not the best of finishes.
West Ham can defend those situations better by stopping the crosser at source.
Oh, he really wanted that.
Germain very nearly making something happen there. You can't keep a good man down.
Played out to the wing. Evra. He's got away. Played towards the front men. Tries a through ball. It's Mitsoglu! João Mario. And it's Masuaku. Masuaku. João Mario looks to slip it through. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Now it's Mitroglou. Ocampos. That is terrific skill. Luis Gustavo with a delicate ball. Pedro Obiang. Javier Hernandez. Now the pass. Evra gets into some space. Oh, really good feet from him. Obiang. Oh, that's neat. Now it's Evra. And he's got the ball glued to his feet. Pedro Obiang pumps it into the area. And that's it. Victory in round one. Still plenty to do, but the job is started. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
I think it's all about setting the right tone at the start of a match, and if you can back that up with an early goal, it just energises everybody, the whole performance, and I think they were certainly more fluid as a result of the early goal.
Hello and welcome to all of our viewers from around the world. We have quite a game in prospect here, just waiting for the players to emerge, and we will be underway. And our live game is Corinthians against Monaco. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
The lineups for the game. We're underway. Corinthians are back on familiar territory, having secured victory in the first leg. That leaves them in a position where they only need to draw to secure themselves a place in the quarter-finals. Tries lifting it, great leap! Good stop, that wasn't easy.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
Albeit from an unexpected source.
I think it's great to see that kind of application and desire from the forward who wants to help out his defence. I think, you know, any good team, really, your striker should be the first line of that defence, and he's delivering.
That's clear cut, it's a free kick. Now it's Falcao. He's having a look round. Tries a through ball. And through to the goalkeeper. Moutinho plays it into the channel. Now here's the through ball. I think that's a goal kick. Yes, the referee concurs. To get it forward quickly. Looks to clip it forward. Corinthians looking early on. It is a high press. João Moutinho goes looking. Gets his foot in there. Enrique. Played out to the wing. Now here's the through ball. Has he found his man? Keita. Aimed long and direct. And now they can launch a counter. Still goalless. And it's Keita. Traoré. And the weighted pass. What an adventurous run from a defender. The ball's come loose and the chase is on. The defence can get it clear. João Moutinho. Forward it goes. Now it's Falcao! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Falcao brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
Looks to thread it through. He's made sure that that won't get through. Slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Corinthians seem to have chosen a tougher route through the middle. That was easily read and dealt with.
And he's there to cut it out. Fabinho tries to get it forward quickly. Looks like a good ball through. He's got away. He's had a go! Goal! Monaco! Parity restored, and the whole thing shifts once more. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Now that's what I call finishing, right in the corner. He knew instinctively who was where and didn't need to waste any time weighing things up. That's a cracking goal.
Corinthians draw things level on aggregate. Enrique. It's a promising run he's making on the right. And that'll go straight through to the keeper. Now it's Keita. João Moutinho goes looking. Passes it through. And he's cut it out. Keita just brushed off the ball there. And the finish! And that certainly packed a punch. Moutinho with a long pass out wide. And he's onside! Looking to break out here. Now the pass. That's not going to find its target. Raggy looks to slip it through. Keita. Now the pass. Great tackle, he had to get that right. Goes down, but nothing given. Looks to clip it forward, cuts it out. Tries to dink it in. The whistle goes for half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
And it didn't take long for their lead to disappear. Still, it's nothing fatal, just a setback, and they can come again.
That gets things going for the second half.
I think they've got to go out at the start of this second half now and set a tone that smacks of intent and determination. Should they manage it, I think they can find a way back.
And it's corner. It's gone for a throw-in. Out to the wing, into the middle, and that's been repelled. No, too much on it. Traoré. It's Falcao! Lacking in accuracy.
Yeah, on another occasion, all that went wrong may come right.
And it's Falcao. Falcao tries, hits one! It's anyone's ball. That's a throw. Oh, well defended. That had to be done. Dinks one in. Oh, Red, he sorted that out. Moutinho, out to the left it goes. Oh, good interception. Enrique. He's making good use of his strength there. Just refuses to be out-muscled. Moutinho. Keita. Falcao. Aimed long and direct. Well, it's normally around now that the managers think about making changes. Going through, keeps everyone guessing. So who's he picking out? Goes for it! And he's there to make a great save.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Weighted pass, away from immediate danger. Tried to play it through.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Gets it back. Tries a through ball. Really didn't have enough to concern the defence. Glick plays it forward. Traore. And it's Fabinho. Good challenge, he just stood firm. To the left. Looks like a good ball through. Can he score? Fabinho passes it through. Fabinho needed to come up with a better ball.
Fabinho encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Hoists it high, looking to shoot! There it is! And that puts them back in front on aggregate. Pretty simple finish in the end, what do you think, Jim?
Yeah, it looks simple, Peter, but it requires intelligent use of space and good understanding to pull it off.
Corinthians look as though they're about to make a change. Corinthians take the aggregate lead. Could this prove decisive? Lobs it in gently. Now here's the through ball. And it's been given away. Moutinho looks to dink one in. Danger averted for now. The changes then in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Looks like a good ball through. That intervention was very necessary.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Battles to win it back.
Corinthians are clearly looking to kill this game off. It's keeping the ball away from the other end too.
Moutinho. Cow. Now the pass. In into the middle. Cut out in the nick of time.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation without a scrap. Their attitude just can't be faulted.
Long and high towards the flank. Now here's the through ball. Has gone out. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Aimed long and direct.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Coaxed out to the wing.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they just need to manage this to secure the win now.
Floats one over. Corinthians are minutes away from a notable win. Is it in? That comes as a mighty relief. Monaco making consecutive changes here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Great strength, too strong for his opponent. And there goes the final whistle. Victory in round one. Still plenty to do, but the job is started. Well, after what we saw in the first game, Jim, what are your observations now?
I think the important thing for the second leg was that they didn't become uncertain as to whether they set up to defend or attack. And I thought they got the balance just right. Good job done.
Soaking up the pre-match atmosphere here as we wait for things to get started. Won't be long now before we get through the formalities A warm welcome, one and all. And our live game is Paris Saint-Germain against Galatasaray. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Here's what we believe to be the two lineups. We're underway. Paris Saint-Germain lost in the first leg away from home. And that sets up an enthralling second leg here where only a win will do if they're going to avoid a premature knockout. Marco Verratti. Daniel Alves. Maguli plays it forward. A real chance to break. Gomis pushes it out wide. He's left his man. So what now? And the shot! It's their first effort on goal.
Well, Peter, I would say it was worth a try.
Now the pass. Neymar looking to get on the end of this. Neymar. Wonderful quick feet. He's got it, and he's got time. Caught offside that time.
Oh, it would have been fabulous had the timing matched the pass. Pity.
Keeper goes long. Gomis. It's Gomis. Belanda. Progress is Gomis! It's come back out! Goal! Oh, flag's up, so that won't count.
Yeah, the assistant did have his flag up. The referee seemed to spot it late, though. Nevertheless, the right decision.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. Rabiot. Faguli. Selçuk Inan. Nagatomo. Hit long and direct. Now it's Gomis. Gomis. So who's he picking out? Well, the ball's come loose, and can he put it away? He's had a go! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Look, it was achievable, Peter, but it needed his best. Well, when both teams are going about their business in such an attacking fashion, I think we're on a winner here.
That'll be a throw. And it's Neymar. Chipped through. Now here's the through ball. This is promising. Out of play for a goal kick. Got a throw in. Di Maria passes it through. Cavani. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Gomis spreads it wide. He's got the ball glued to his feet. Played out to the wing. Rabiot. Neymar. Paris Saint-Germain so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Thiago Silva. La Sanatiara. Now it's Cavani. It's Cavani! Selçuk Inan. Gomis. Mariano. Now it's Neymar. Looks like a good ball through. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Into the channel. Looks to slip it. Shot a goal! That is wayward.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Let's put a stop to that. Good clearance and very necessary. Now it's Gomis. Rabiot tries to get it forward quickly. Now the counter. Out wide to the right. Di Maria. Nagatomo gets it back. Belanda. Nagatomo. The ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. And it's Cavani. Cavani! It's a carbon copy of their previous miss.
This is proving to be a very good spell. The intensity is great, but they've got to make it count.
Off the ball there. Nagatomo. It's a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. Belanda. Gets it upfield. And it's Cavani. Cuts it out. Gomis. Mariano. Steered out wide. It is a corner. And he just whacks it away. Get a throw in. Neymar. Belanda. Now it's Gomis. Selçuk Inan. Nagatomo. Rabiot did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Sanatiara. Dani Alves goes looking. Belanda. Over to the left. For Gulli. Gomis looks to clip it forward. Up to meet it! Aimed long and direct. And the weighted pass. He's through. It's Di Maria! Selçuk Inan. Now it's Gomis. Gomis plays it into the channel. Gulli is desperately calling for it out wide. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Dani Alves did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Marco Verratti. Sana Diarra. It's Di Maria. Tries a through ball. Shoots! And here's the chance to counter. Gomis plays it out to the flank. He's in space and looking for options. He's got away. Oh, and he's got good distance. Who's chasing? That'll be a throw-in. For Gulli. Dinks one in. Marco Verratti. We hit half-time, so neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless.
Well, Peter, it's 45 minutes to conjure something up now. They've been better than the first leg, but the pressure is really on, and they have to answer to it.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. The action is back on the way.
At least there's always a plus side to a scoreless half. Defences are doing what they should, and it's going to take good imagination to break the deadlock here.
Gets up to hit it! Clearance now, can they make something of it? Great leap! He's missed another one.
Galatasaray have decided to take control of this second half. They're dictating the tempo.
Battles to win it back. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Deftly done. Can he score? And he's found the net! And finally he has breathed life into the game! Well, that always looked the likely outcome.
Well, he made it obvious as to where the pass should be played, Peter, and it made the finish look that bit easier.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead. And it's Cavani. It's come loose. Just starting to get the first signs of rain here. Selçuk Inan. Belanda. Going through. Belanda. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Can he deliver? And he's cut it out. Rabiot. Neymar. Marco Verratti. Rabiot. Thiago Silva. Belanda. Gomis. Needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. And it's Cavani. Paris Saint-Germain desperately needs someone to hold up the ball here. Well, they can break here. Sanatiara. Cavani gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. Loose ball, who's going to get there? It's been intercepted and that will come to nothing. Faguli. Now it's Cavani. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Gomis. So we've reached the hour mark. Belanda with a long pass out wide. Aimed in towards the centre. Well read, he sorted that out. Rabiot. Neymar. Well, it's normally around now that the managers think about making changes. Sanatiara. It's Di Maria. Daniel Alves. Verratti goes up. Big chance! Oh, it's there! Paris Saint-Germain are back on level terms.
Well, I think there's a few trying to claim offside, but he looks to have been on. Yeah, he was on.
Paris Saint-Germain get themselves back into contention.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have the momentum now.
Selçuk Inan. Mariano. It's a loose ball. And it's Cavani. Played out to the right. Di Maria. It's one!
Paris Saint-Germain are definitely going about this the right way.
Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
Gomis! Just a whisker away. Oh, he really wanted that.
But that's the motivation and enthusiasm he shows and the quality he produces.
Forward it goes. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And that's going to be a booking. Cavani, the Sanatiara. Oh, well defended, that had to be done. And it's Inan. Nagatomo looks to dink one in. Marco Verratti. Sanatiara plays it forward, out to the left it goes. Now the pass. That intervention was very necessary.
Paris Saint-Germain are definitely not going down without a scrap. Their attitude just can't be faulted.
Neymar, he's left his man. Neymar spreads it towards the left. Has crossed the line, and it's a throw. Looks like a good ball through.
Saint-Germain are actually displaying tremendous fighting spirit. There's a real belief that they can still have a say.
And it's Cavani, dashing forward at pace. Di Maria, now it's Di Maria. Di Maria's delivery.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Belanda. Selçuk Inan. Dani Alves does well there, alert.
This is good ball retention, and it should be enough from here, but they want to double their advantage.
Di Maria,
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver.
Plays it out to the wing. Goes wide. Nagatomo tries to pick out a teammate. Cut out in the nick of time.
Galatasaray can afford to settle on seeing this one out by running down the clock, I think.
Cavani clips one through. Shapes the shoots! Well, it was a chance, but meat and drink for the keeper. Gomis. Moments left, barely that, to avoid a shock defeat now. Nagatomo with a delicate ball. He's gone for it!
Galatasaray probably could have killed things off, but they should be okay here.
Marco Verratti. It's a move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. That's it! They are out! All square here, and they are gone. The first leg deficit proved not to be recoverable, and despite a better effort here, their race is run. Well, after what we saw in the first game, Jim, what are your observations now?
Yeah, they can call it a moral victory, Peter, and nothing else. They left themselves with too much to do coming into this second leg.
Hello and welcome from Dortmund. The yellow wall is there in all its glory. This is, of course, Signal Iduna Park, the home of Borussia Dortmund. The teams then, Borussia Dortmund against Lille. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Begley.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Let's have a look at the lineups then. There's the whistle, and here we go. Borussia Dortmund were defeated on their travels in the first leg. And that sets up an enthralling second leg here, where only a win will do if they're going to avoid a premature knockout. And it's been taken straight back with a delicate ball. Keeper's got good distance on that, cuts it out. Played out to the wing. Well played, he saw that coming. Goes long. Oh, good interception. Kings it out wide. Now he's wondering who wants it. Batshuayi, now the counter. Ruder spreads it wide. And it's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Aimed long and direct. Toprak did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Goes wide. He's gone for it! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Pulisic certainly did his part with a lovely pass, and unfortunately the loveliness ceased there.
Get the better of his opposite number. Ruder tries to stroke it through. Now the pass. Ruder goes up and over. Forward it goes. Chip through. Oh, he's in! Looking to shoot! That really should have hit the net.
Lille just served up a reminder of how good they can be on the break. Their method is clear.
Ruder. No goals as yet. Passes it through. Neatly flicked on. Batshuayi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Out wide to the right. Now here's the through ball. It is a corner. Great leap! And he just whacks it away.
That's great defending to cover for the goalkeeper and just get something in the way.
Now it's Batshuayi. Tries a through ball. Oh, that is lovely footwork. Hits it! A real chance to break. Some astute defending to ensure they got no further. El Ghazi. And it's El Ghazi. Looks like a good ball through. Looks to slip it through. Has a hit! And the follow-up! Goal! Lille! And it's Lille who take the lead. Weidenfeller did well the first time. Nothing he could do about the follow-up.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead. Mario Götze. Castro. Lucas Piszczek, aimed long and direct, done very well to intervene. Royce. Now the breakaway. Played out to the right. He's got options out wide. That is terrific skill. He's dealt with that well. That'll be a throw-in. Durm. Played in deep. Batshuayi decides to play it back. He's going to have to tune his rangefinder before the next one. Out to the flank, gets into some space. Mario Götze. Now it's Batshuayi. Over to the left. Royce. Get that clear. And that's a throw-in. Castro. Borussia Dortmund are still behind as we reach out for half-time. No, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
Now that was a slick move, and there were several options in the box to pick out.
Long and high towards the flank. Now here's the through ball. That was one quality pass away from being a very decent chance. Looked very promising.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
And this is
Batshuayi.
Batshuayi.
Can't quite comprehend how he managed to do that. How red is his face now? Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
And it's Al-Ghazi. Looks to slip it through. Can he put it away? Castro. Ruder. He goes long. Well positioned to make that interception. That'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
Not the most convincing of displays. They could certainly do much better than this. They'll want to keep things simple, build up their confidence, and not rush into mistakes.
Gets things going for the second half.
Well, it seems like the perfect situation for fortune favouring the brave. 45 minutes to pack in enough risk-taking to get this match turned around. It's very doable.
Steered out wide. Mario Götze. Durham. Schürrle. Batshuayi. Out to the left it goes. Going through. Royce with the cross. Timely intervention.
Well, that's the first attempt, Peter, we've seen at one of those raking passes just to spread the play.
Plays it out to the wing. Gorgeous control there. It's a loose ball. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Tries to dink it in. Has a hit! Great ball to play him in, but he will be gutted to miss that.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Another piece of really good defending. Now the counter. Out to the left it goes. Lovely little display of skill that is. Gets the chance to cross. Forward it goes. Promising move that. Good inroads into enemy territory, but no joy. Gets it, and now what? Hits one! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
It so nearly came off for him.
Well, Peter, I think it's fairly obvious he's one of the biggest influences out there.
a move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. Borussia Dortmund still have 2 substitutions up their sleeve. Oh, sweet feet. Hoists it high. Well read, he sorted that out. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. He's got the ball glued to his feet. Looks like a good shot at goal! Piszczek goes looking. He's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Ruda. Piszczek plays it forward. Tries a through ball. Lobs it in gently. Batshuayi finds himself offside.
Yeah, he was off. Ever so slightly, but he was off.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. Al-Ghazi. And it's Batshuayi. Tries to get it forward quickly. Looks to dink one in. He's got through. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Mario Götze. Aimed long and direct. Dashing forward at pace. Ruda goes looking. Plays it out to the flank. Now the pass. He's got away. Al-Ghazi. It's Al-Ghazi! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
What a chance, a huge chance. He couldn't have set it up any better.
Borussia Dortmund have it back and they can go again. Castro looks to thread it through. Mario Götze. Played towards the front men. Lovely feet. Over to the left. Played back in. Shoots! Castro boots it to safety.
It's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
Yarmolenko plays it wide. And it's Durm. Tries a through ball. Up to meet it! Pushes it out wide. Plays it into the channel. Now here's the through ball. And he's made certain that won't get through. Little accusatory stare there tells the whole story.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Schürrle's delivery. El Ghazi. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Castro did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. Yarmolenko, deftly done. Gets up to head it! Surely this time! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
I actually like to see that in shots at goal when there's a noticeable effort to get over the ball and keep it down.
They have got changes here, from both sides in fact. Mario Götze breaks on here. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Now it's Yarmolenko looking to break out here. Yarmolenko spreads it towards the left. He's left his man. Forward it goes. Borussia Dortmund are out. Beaten in the first leg, beaten again in the second. There is little room for argument. They were second best. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Listen, losing is never a nice experience, especially in knockout football, and it's all about learning from your mistakes and growing as a team. So this can act as a good learning curve for them. In defeat, there are still positives to take from this.